Welcome to Conversations with My Real Friends. This is Jennifer Felten. I'm here with my friend David Shean.
Afternoon.
Thank you, David, for joining me. So we are both people who've been in the escrow industry for a long time.
Yes.
And neither of us sit on a desk anymore. Neither of us are processing escrows day to day.
That is correct.
Instead, we often are looking at other people's escrows, right, and analyzing. We call it auditing, right?
Yes.
So you audit files, I audit files. When you're auditing files for our escrow people out there, what are the biggest issues you see that they could work on that could make them a little better?
Well, one of the basic things that I find right now is because most of the sale transaction we see are based on the California Association of Realtors, the CAR purchase agreement.
Right.
And that purchase agreement has a paragraph, number 19, on the regular transaction that says, these are all the duties of escrow, and buyer and seller agree, these are our escrow instructions.
Right.
I have never found a broker or a broker association that has written good escrow instruction. So this is the area that I find is the most challenging.
Okay.
We take this contract and we don't want to repeat it.
Right.
We don't want to retype it. We don't need an exercise in typing.
Right.
We want that to be our contract, but we also need to set out limitations as to what duties and responsibilities we are willing to accept as opposed to what they tell us we're going to do.
Right.
And there's a big difference there. And depending on the kind of company you are and your management and your particular expertise in the field that your escrow company is working in, that changes from company to company.
Right.
So when I do the audits and stuff, I'm looking at the contract and the escrow instructions that we create.
Right.
And one of the things I love about the business is I create the instruction that tells me what I'm going to do.
Right.
And so then if I don't follow those instructions, who do I have to blame? It's only me. And so that's where it is. It's creating the limitations and expectations, identifying what we're going to do, what we should be doing, what we shouldn't, and then following through. Did they get all of the people to sign off on the things that needed to be signed off on?
Right.
And it's just itemizing all of those, and that's the biggest area from my concern.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. The escrow instructions are the key to on my side, right, when litigation happens,
Yes.
when things go badly, the first thing we look at is what were you instructed to do and did you do it? Right. So, making sure that that is your guideline and your benchmark makes all the difference at both getting it done and then defending it later.
As I'm auditing for a company, I have my escrow administration hat on.
Yes.
But I also, in the background, have my expert witness hat on.
Right.
And there are occasions where I'm saying that, if I were an expert witness examining this, you didn't meet the best practice standard. You didn't meet the standard of what you're supposed to do because of this, this, and this. And so, but from an escrow standpoint, they may be doing things, the shortcuts.
Yeah.
And shortcuts don't work to protect your assets in the event of a court case.
Correct. So, for people who have more questions, or want you to look at their files, how can they reach you?
If you go to my website, it's www.escrowessentials.com.
Thank you for joining me, Dave.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining us for this episode of Conversations with My Real Friends.